Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. This video is to assist you with the packet for the week of April 13th. Remember, this video is to help you if you are having trouble or get stuck on a part. It is not to take the place of you doing the project yourself. So use this as a supplement, pause it when you need to, but definitely attempt to do all of the parts of the activity on your own at first. So the first thing that we're going to do for this week is set up our science notebook. And this is a good practice to get into every week when you are going to do your activity. So I put the title at the top of mine. We're of course in life science, and our topic for this week is photosynthesis, matter, and energy. Your notebook may look slightly different than this, and that's fine. So when you read through your packet, it'll tell you to write and draw what you already know about photosynthesis and the carbon cycle in your notebook. So I made 2 columns here, one for photosynthesis, one for the carbon cycle, and just jotted down some notes about things that we've already talked about in class, such as sunlight is needed for photosynthesis. Whatever you know, just make some notes. You can put in some little drawings and diagrams, and then make sure you leave some space at the bottom where you can come back and add to this after you're done with the activity. All right, so let's move on now to activity 1, which is at the bottom of the first page, photosynthesis. So the first thing it asks you to do is to find a small plant with attached roots. I know for some of you might say, where do I get a plant? I literally went out into the yard and I pulled a weed. So this is my plant right here with the roots attached. And then I just made a simple diagram in my notebook of the plant. And you should do the same. And if we follow along, it says to make sure that you label the roots, label the stem, and label the leaves. And then we're going to add some arrows and labels showing what occurs during photosynthesis. So water absorption happens through the roots. We need sunlight for photosynthesis to occur. Carbon dioxide is going to enter the leaves. Oxygen is going to exit the leaves. And then sugar stored in the leaves as our product of photosynthesis. So take some time to make some drawing in your notebook as well for a plant. When you're ready to move on, the next activity asks you to look around your home for different types of leaves and to draw a variety of different leaves. So I gathered some different leaves here. I started my drawings, but take some time to do this on your own. Notice the similarities and the differences in the leaves. See if you can locate any of the stomata on the underside of the leaves. So take some time and explore the leaves. And find some similarities, some differences in them, and fill out your notebook with different leaf structures. When you're ready, move on to activity 2 in the notebook. So I'm going to put these aside for activity 2. Activity 2 asks you to draw a picture that contains some different elements. Your picture does not need to be this detailed, or it could be more detailed. This just depends on you. Remember, this is not art class. This is to learn scientific principles. So you'll see my picture has some of the elements that they asked for: the sun, the atmosphere, clouds, trees, grass. I decided to draw a sheep, factory, automobile, fossil fuels, which of course are going to be deep underground, decomposers in the soil, and then some water with fish and aquatic plants. Then you'll see that there is a table with statements of different things that are going to occur during our photosynthesis and carbon cycle. You're told to copy each of the statements onto paper. So I just took a piece of paper, cut it up, and copied my statements on it. And then you're going to fold these and put all of them into a plastic bag. Now, an alternative to this, if you do not want to take the time to write out all of these statements, you could just put the letters. See, it goes A, B, all the way through L. So you could put the letters on scrap paper and put them into the bag. Either way is fine. But you're going to fold them all, put them into a bag, shake it up, and then one at a time draw the statements out of the bag. All of these statements are going to describe processes that occur during our cycle, and we're going to use them to draw arrows and to label our diagram. So I'm just going to do a couple of them now. So as I'm looking at this, the first one says, fish in the lake eat plants to obtain energy to carry out their life processes. So you could just draw an arrow from the plant to the fish if you want to write the word eat so you know that they're eating them, that's fine. As they carry out their life processes, the fish are going to release carbon dioxide into the lake water. So I'm just going to draw an arrow from the fish into the water and put CO2 is released. So I'm not using every single word that's in the different statement, but I'm using arrows to draw and describe the processes that are occurring. So take some time to do that with yours. Put the statements in the bag, shake them up, pull them out, and use those statements to label this diagram. If you want to check yourself when your work is done, check the finished photo that is also attached, and you can check and see how you did with your diagram and compare it to this one. Okay, and when you're ready to move on, the last thing, which is in the summary, tells you to go outside and to observe different things that are occurring and to create a chart and make observations of them, okay? So this is my chart right here. It's in my notebook. Again, I labeled it summary. Personal observations of energy flow and matter cycles in my environment. So here are the observations. And then for the statement, I just put the letter of which one of these statements is occurring. So as I saw new leaves on trees, new flowers and buds, this is of course showing you carbon dioxide entering the leaves of a green plant and using it to form sugars to help the plant grow and reproduce. Cars on the road is showing G, which is fossil fuels being burned and releasing energy and carbon into the atmosphere. So take some time to do that as well. I hope you guys enjoy this week's activities. Remember to attend the class time, and if you have any questions, you can of course attend the office hours, which are Tuesdays and Thursdays, 12:30 to 1:30. Bye.